My name's Navraj Sihra. When I became an artist, I wanted to search for the truth, to try to find out who we are as human beings. The outside world I felt was deceptive and illusionary. I looked for a deeper understanding. This was a painful period in my life, as I searched deep within myself for answers. And after years of soul searching, on a dark December afternoon, in front of a blank piece of paper, I started to sketch what was to become inside the lonely room. And with that sketch, I'd found a way of expressing my innermost emotions in a style I call emotionalism. The painting took 9 months to complete, with many layers of oil on canvas board. I was born in the Rift Valley in Kenya. My first 9 years were spent there, and I have some wonderful memories of my childhood in Africa. It is these memories that would sustain me during the darker periods in my life. This painting, entitled The Loner, shows the emotion as the figure on the left, feeling isolated and alone, possibly through choice, even in a crowded room. The inner scream is about the small frustrations in life that we keep quiet about, that build up one after the other, and even when you feel the need to express them, we often don't. The painting has a raw, unfinished look, the eyes tightly closed, and the red raw mouth express frustration as it shakes with emotion. When the outside world causes us to lose ourselves, we lose control of our lives. Art gives solidity to the images in my mind. My work expresses emotions at their rawest and most intense. It is the empathy that plays a major part in humanity, a sacred connection that comes into focus through our emotions. As a child, I was very creative. It was a book about the life and art of Leonardo da Vinci that finally inspired me. I copied one of his sketches when I was 16, of the Battle of Argonne, and I knew then I wanted to become a painter. The Rebel has a 10-year history. The initial sketch came to me in 1986. The first Rebel painting was 12 foot by 8 foot, but unfortunately it was destroyed over time. The only record I have of it now is in photographs. I wanted to recreate the Rebel 5 years later, but this time I wanted a different background. So I painted a landscape instead of buildings behind the figure. I chose a location in Gillingham where I used to live. The Rebel is about not wanting to conform, nor accept conditioning, but to become a free thinker, and not to believe everything at face value. I think we all have the truth inside us. We just need to be still and listen to it. The idea of the new 10 Commandment stones was to try to reflect modern society and the concerns we all have, and wanting to make the world a better place. I believe each of us, by following our conscience, the inner truth, we can, in a peaceful way, change the world for the better. In 1987, I started the blood painting, entitled When Love Cuts. I felt to fully express the emotion of this painting, I had to paint it in my own blood. So I persuaded a doctor to siphon off a pint, and using a natural ingredient, I created subtle shades and hues. I had to work fast on this painting. It took me around 4 to 5 hours to complete. This painting is about unrequited love and the pain one feels when love is not returned. This work was shown in 1992 at the Medway Arts Centre, and it caused much controversy in the media at the time. I painted emotional defense when the World Trade Center disaster happened. And it is about the rawness one feels when any human suffering unfolds. But it is also about human strength and resilience in the face of adversity. That we can and we will survive. The painting entitled Untamed Energy of Youth came to me one hot summer evening. It was on the same day as Live Aid, and I paced around my room filled with adrenaline for about an hour or so. It felt like the energy wanted to jump out onto the paper. I captured the emotion at its most intense, the figure being so distorted by the energy to the extent where the background clouds in the sky become unmoving blocks. When I look at the painting Innocence, to me it's about keeping positive within and having a sense of innocence, no matter what happens in life. There is always a part of you that you can hold on to, your innocence, and by that I mean your true self. We are all born seekers of the truth, but society teaches us to externalize everything with materialism and superficiality, making us think this will make us happy when it just leaves us empty. The painting Awakenings was less figurative than my previous work, freer, with a tour de force of ideas that build up one on top of the other. It is a painting about release, discovery, realization, and freedom. Through my work, I have found that depression can be a process of discovery that we sometimes need to go through to achieve self-realization and to find ourselves. This is the state of being coming from the power of emotions.